Take a deep breath. That's what I tell myself. I tell myself to keep us hanging by the thread.
So you are seeing once again another corner of my room. It never ends. I honestly just want to give my tree a little love, pay a little tribute to it on the internet. He's dying. With these trees, I forget what they're called, but they're like, once they start dying, you just can't save them. I think I overwatered it. Anyways, send it some love. So today my video is on how to do well in university. I'm also going to do a video on how to do well in university socially, or how to beat loneliness in university, because it isn't talked about enough, and it is the thing. So first of all, how to get good grades. Alright, so forget mostly everything from high school. I don't mean what you learned, I mean how you organized yourself. This notebook. First year, I came in with like 2 5-subject notebooks just like this, and I'm like, oh well, you know, 10 courses, I'll just one thingy for each course. No, that does not work anymore. First of all, profs talk way too fast for you to write it down by hand. Also, because a lot of them, they don't put notes on the slide. It'll just be like a picture of a turtle or something, and then they'll talk about something like mildly related to turtles, and you have to write down what they say. So that's why you have to actually attend lecture. That's another thing. Go to your lectures. Also go to your tutorials and labs, because participation really counts. Instead of using a notebook, this is what you'll be using. If you have your computer, that's great. You can use that, and yeah, bring it with you every day. You will need it. If you don't have your own computer, I know my university has a renting system, and yours probably does too, so you can go to the library and rent a computer for like a day, I think. I'm not altogether sure how it works, but I do think you will be able to get your hands on a laptop.
Okay, so I'm just going to show you how to use my most used method of organization, Google Docs. So here are just all my documents. I have so many. So I like to organize them in folders by class. So these are all my classes. I'll just pick one. Okay, so in it I have class notes and reading notes. Sorry, that was really quick, but it said CN and then RN. So an example, I will like highlight in pink and bold words that need to be defined, and then in purple, concepts, or just like important notes. Here's another example from another class. So these are my notes for a midterm. So first of all, I organize them by chapters and subchapters. And here again, you have an example of the definition, but then I also bold words that I'm putting emphasis on, so I can really just read those words and then understand the concept. Like hydrogen, not energy. Okay, another example, just all of my files for my class. So you can put all of your assignments in it, tutorial notes, class notes, reading notes, and it's just a really nice way of organizing. Okay, going into notes, no pause. So first of all, I have a list for the week, stuff I have to do. So I have homework, and then pleasure, just kind of like personal stuff, and then events, because I just have a horrible memory and I won't remember if I don't make lists. And then within that, I have a list for the day, which I just do in the morning. Then when I'm done stuff, I just put a check mark. So those are just my organizational tips. Back to the video.
Along with attending lectures, tutorials, labs, all the above, class in general, it's very important for when you can't attend that you make a contact in every class. Don't let this be confused with making friends though, which I know sounds bad, but let me explain. Because you go to class and then you're distracted. On top of that, do not have romantic relationships with people in your class. This is awkward and uncomfortable, I will promise you. I promise you. So, study spaces. Just like find your study spot where you love. It might be in a cafe, it might be in the library, it might be outside. I don't know. Find your spot. Also, with finding spaces for you on campus, for yourself, it's very important to find a spot where you can nap. Yes, sleep. Do it all. You do need to like give in sometimes, just so you can function for the rest of the day, and it's better to sleep in between classes on campus than sleep in class. So yeah, I usually just have like a half-hour nap. I did it today. My nap spot personally, like a place you might find one, is in the library. Also with finding special spots on campus, you need to find
the pooping bathroom.
You heard me right. You did. I poop, you poop, we all poop. By all means, poop wherever you want. Personally, for me, I've found that there is a bathroom on campus that everyone poops in. It's very big, and there's no judgment in this bathroom because everyone knows that everyone goes there to poop. Oh, also, you're gonna be caffeinated. It's just, yeah. I would suggest switching off between green tea and coffee so you don't become accustomed to either of them. Don't do the whole Red Bull thing. But yeah, I usually drink coffee for a week and then green tea for the next. Or you can like switch off like each day. I don't know. I just suggest switching off between the two because they're both caffeinated, but yeah, you won't get adjusted. When you don't understand something, go in to see your professor in their office hours. I know it's intimidating. I myself have only done it a few times. The more you do it, the more you get used to it, and it's not as uncomfortable. Like, they're just people. Yeah, on top of that, you just, again, like, it's not like high school. I don't know how much homework you had in high school. I personally definitely didn't have to do homework every night. I had so much free time. But if that was the case for you, it's gonna be very different. I have to do homework every night, every day. It's not even so much homework, it's just studying. I study probably on average like 5 to 8 hours per day. I would definitely expect 5 as the minimum. You just get used to it, and it just doesn't seem that bad after a while. But also with that, do your readings. There are some classes, I will admit, that you can get away with it without doing your readings. That's usually only in first year though. Second year, you do have to do all the readings all the time. So I suggest just trying to get them over with at the beginning of the week. Take notes on them because you will have to talk about them in class. Yes, you personally will have to talk about the readings. You quickly get used to it. Put your finger or a pen or whatever you want, I like using a pen, on the line or whatever, and just keep going. Have a steady pace. Don't break. Just like keep going and don't go back and reread words. Just skim. There's no point in fretting over details because you're going to be doing like hundreds of pages of reading every week. So I think that's this video. I have been putting it off for like a long time because I keep thinking of stuff and then I write it down. So I'm probably left out a bunch of stuff. I might do a part 2 though, because you can do that. Look out for the video on loneliness in university, because I'm really excited about that one. I hope you have a good week. I hope you do well in school, but don't base your self-worth on that. Yeah, just have a good time. Okay? Bye.